is Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man. If you want to have a priceless experience, then you'll stay tuned to Mega Powers Radio. And remember, everybody's got a price for the $1 Million Man.
Shut up.
What's shaking, Mega Maniacs? It's Monday, May 11th, and we just finished watching this evening's edition of Monday Night Raw, and yes, you are hearing the correct voice. I'm back. It's Mikey P, taking the reins back here at Mega Powers Radio after lots of demands. Believe me, I got all of your tweets, I got all of your emails, I got everything you guys sent. I know how much you guys could not stand how bad that show was last week. It's fine. The energy is back. The professionalism is back. Everything is going to be rocking the way you like it here on Mega Powers Radio. In fact, Drew didn't even show up this week. Coward. Well, we had a very odd edition of Raw. We had a championship get awarded to Vacant. We had a new WWE pay-per-view announced, WWE Paperback, which I'm going to be looking very forward to that event, you know, as a book guy. Actually, I don't like books, so I'm not going to look forward to it. Well, we got a lot to talk about, apparently, as you can tell, as I'm making those points. We want to hear what you got to say out there, though, so go ahead and bring yourselves onto the show. Area code 760-512-7247 is the phone line to get yourself in line. We already got a few people waiting patiently. We're going to start opening up those phone lines around 11:30. But the sooner you dial, the sooner you get on, so get yourself in line so you can get on here throughout the show. Though, if you are impatient, we have a few other ways you can get yourself involved. We have the chat room. We already got a few folks hanging out early. Got Ferris419, Chaotic, Wazili, and the Silent Wind of Doom. And we also got the Twitter, @RawPostShow, the Mega Maniacs Facebook group. Tons of ways for you to bring your voice to the Mega Powers Radio Raw Post Show. In the meantime, though, we'll start with us here. My name is Mike Paden. I'll be the lead host here, keeping things on the ball. With me here is Mr. Steven Wago, the host of Wago Rants, Unanimous Decision MMA, and all the things he does.
Hey, what's going on?
We're here to do a radio show.
A radio show?
Doing a radio show. And also with us is Mr. Tony Mango, the main man of Spark Out Moment and Fanboys and Nana Moose.
Oh man, I gotta write all those Moose articles now. Shit.
Well, you are a fanboy for him, so you should enjoy it.
Yeah, that's true. You got me there.
Silent with the Doom saying all the Paden holics go woo. I don't know if I actually like that as the names of my fans. I'm going to have to come up with something better than that. The Padeniacs.
No, both of them are pretty fucking lame.
The
Maybe you
Ring
should call them
Kings.
Damn it, you bit me to it, you son of a bitch.
Hey, easy to call yourself the king when you're sitting in first place. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, remember when there was that 1 week where Shaun did?
Yeah, that 1 week.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys, what'd you take away from Raw tonight?
I love the John Cena Open Challenge. I've not actually had one that I've not enjoyed, even when he fought Kane. It's the highlight of my week, and after so many years of being sick of John Cena, it's shocking to think that I look forward to him more than anyone else on Raw now.
All right, from my side of things, if WWE wants to put effort into this is a thing I've said many, many times before. The effort that they put in, they can pull off some great shit. And conversely, if they don't want to put any effort into it, it really shows. You could say on the positive side of things, all you got to do is go, hey, you know that network that we have? Really cool that we can do exclusive things on there. Let's do that. And then it's like, yo, awesome idea. And then it'll be like, but that pay-per-view that we should be building for? We don't give a shit about Payback.
I do like that they want to do more of these network specials. I just don't know is there going to be? Is it going to be worth it? Are they going to Yeah, it's going to be worth it because hey, we get to see these cool shows. But I'm saying financially for them, can they put that investment to have to bring a set and cameras and a crew and all that extra to do those shows? Especially when they're putting these seems like they're going to continue this free offer for a month continuously.
I don't think so. I think that I should clarify. I don't think that it won't be a problem. I think that it's really not too much of a problem for them to just drag some extra equipment along. And you got to think, like, the King of the Ring, they filmed that before they filmed Main Event and SmackDown, so they already had all that stuff there anyway. If this Elimination Chamber thing that they've announced on Sunday, May 31st, is going to be, you know, maybe that we were planning on filming something for like a documentary or something too. And, you know, they'll figure out ways that they can kill two birds with one stone. You got all the different backstage things that they can film with, like the WWE.com and YouTube shit, like the inbox and all that.
Oh, maybe they could do a sweet primetime player segment.
Yeah, maybe. Well, if they could do that, they should have done that tonight instead.
While Zelia in the chat room talks about the John Cena Open Challenge match, saying it's a great match. Has anyone ever reversed the STFU? I know to mind, I can think CM Punk did. I remember
Yeah, he
getting
actually switched it into his Vice move, whatever he calls it. And that was pretty sweet.
If he reversed the STFU, would that be the UFTS?
Good old
I know he went to the UFC. Is that the same?
Does it count if they reverse the decision on what the name is and just go with the STF?
Well, guys, this was an episode of Raw. So, of course, our opening segment had to be a 20-minute long authority segment.
I think it was 17 minutes long.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're
gotta get the commercial in there.
Triple H comes out to address what's wrong with the authority. Doesn't really seem to make too much progress, though, as Kane and Seth Rollins get each other's throats heavily during this. Triple H announces that throughout the night, every single person who's going to be in the main event at Payback is going to have a match that evening. And I guess that sets up Raw. It wasn't really much of a story. We just know that everyone who's in the main event is going to have a match. Would you guys say anything to add to that?
Yeah, there really wasn't much to sink your teeth into, was there?
No.
Anybody surprised about that, though?
No, but it's just... Here's the thing. They fully acknowledge, if you watch that Austin Triple H interview, that the opening segment's meant to entice the... What was it, the Vince one? Overall. The opening segment's meant to entice you to watch the rest of the show. Mm-hmm. All I got from that was Kane and Seth like to bicker like children, so...
Kane really did look like a scolded child when Triple H was like, You're gonna have a match with Roman Reigns. Okay. Whatever you say, Dad. I'm sorry.
Well, see, he's the obedient one, and Seth Rollins is the one that's like, I hate my dad, gotcha. Kane's the suck-up of the family.
Oh. Does that mean Seth Rollins is a Kane, too? He's from the Kane family? Rollins Kane?
Maybe. God, it's gonna be a million animals and a cane too on top of it.
We had our first matchup of one of those guys from that four-way matchup. It's Dean Ambrose, going to be in a handicap match against J&J Security. Good to see those guys could still get in the ring and tussle around. It actually wasn't a half-bad match. Those guys got in there and took a few cool moves. Dean Ambrose ended up getting the victory after a dirty deeds, as he should have. Make Dean Ambrose look as strong as he can going into this match because he was the last guy added. And aside from having a strong crowd support, I don't know if people are really buying him as a big contender in this. So they got to do everything they can. And I think they saw that we saw that come into play at the last segment as well, where it looks like Dean Ambrose was the last man standing. Wouldn't expect that same result on Sunday, though.
Yeah, they're just building him up so he can take the fall in the match, and it's fucking depressing.
Still, he ended up getting a really good reaction, and maybe this will be the difference maker between him not being the fall guy. I mean, it was, his hometown kind of area, so that's a big factor in that. But Dean Ambrose is popular, and WWE has to know that. It's not like they're just sort of throwing in a random guy. Like when R-Truth got into that Intercontinental title match at WrestleMania, it was like, whoa, what the fuck? R-Truth is in this? It's like, well, Dean Ambrose makes sense.
Where's R-Truth been since?
He lost King of the Ring tournament.
Oh.
He accomplished that.
It's like, hey, we're not going to use you at all during the year until there's like big time events, and then we're just going to throw you in there for shits and giggles.
Who does he think he is? The Undertaker?
He's like the mid-card Undertaker.
Oh gosh.
Maybe there was like an understanding where they're like, look, we pay you quite a bit and you don't really do much. So at WrestleMania, we need somebody to take a lot of bumps. Can you do that? And he's like, yeah, sure. And then when it came down to it, he's like, nah, I'm not going to jump.
We had a match with Dolph Ziggler and King Wade Barrett. We had Sheamus on the side. I think he was doing commentary. I wasn't listening to him, though. The only thing I really noticed about Sheamus is that he had his hat on, and he was in that whole, like, Irish vest suit thing that he wears, which I actually like that look on him, but it completely took away from that weird mohawk thing that he had going on. He just kind of looked like old Sheamus, and I fucking hate old Sheamus.
Yeah, it didn't really distract me that much. I noticed it for a split second, and then I have a part of me that knows how to block Sheamus out of sound and visual, so my body didn't see the rest of Sheamus. It was great. I'm glad that Neville and Barrett got another match. I always enjoy when those two get in the ring together. So
Neville? Ziggler.
Yeah, sorry, I'm really stoned. Yeah, but those two had a great outing. I wish they'd got a bit longer, but overall fun match.
Yeah, I'm on the fuck Sheamus wagon too. I don't like listening to him on commentary. I don't like looking at him. I don't like watching him wrestle. I just don't like Sheamus. Never have. I highly doubt that I ever will change my opinion on that, but watching Ziggler and Barrett together is good because those two are two people that I like. So if you have those two in a match and you can cut Sheamus out like I was saying, then it ends up being a good segment. But having Sheamus interfere, blah, we've seen that a million times. I don't care about the interference thing, and that's one of the downsides of the repetitiveness of wrestling. As soon as you see a heel or even a babyface for the most part on commentary and they're feuding with somebody, you know they're going to come out and they're going to do something. And it's like, damn, like once in a while I would just like that suspension of disbelief where they don't do anything. Like not even that the match ends and they have a stare down, like just nothing. He's out there to talk about the match ends, they go to a commercial, the end.
Well, the problem is that they always have the person out there during the match of the person they're feuding with. Why not just throw them out there during a random match? Just be like, yeah, I just wanted my mug to be on camera for a little bit, and I thought I'd come down here and talk to you guys.
Yeah, and you know what? Whenever they've done that, it's been really entertaining. Like when CM Punk just randomly was a part of NXT with the Divas. It was like he had no stakes in that whatsoever, and that ended up being fun as hell. So do that, WWE.
We had Luke Harper's music go on, and first person we saw walk out was Eric Rowan, which was quite confusing, but after some replays from SmackDown, which nobody watches, we saw that seems like we're getting a little bit of a reunion between Eric Rowan and Luke Harper, which I am certainly in favor for. I like both of these guys, more so together than separate. I thought they were broken up way too soon. Though the Wyatt family in general was broken up way too soon. But even those guys, after the family broke up, they could have stuck as a tag team. We need good tag teams, and these guys can be some brutes that could be a force in there since the Ascension ain't really doing that. Eric Rowan had a match with Fandango and beat him. So there goes the whole run of Fandango, I think. I don't even see anything mentioned between him and Adam Rose, so I guess that's done.
Yeah, I guess who's getting dropped off my team?
Eric Rowan?
Is he on my team?
I don't know.
I hope not. Actually, no, I hope he is.
Yeah, now's a good time to pick Eric Rowan up, actually.
I think he's on Shaun's team.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Or at least he used to be, and he traded him back again or something. But you know what's the bad part about this segment, though? It isn't necessarily that Fandango lost or that Eric Rowan is still weird looking. They gave Fandango no chance whatsoever here. Like this was as close to as a textbook burial as you can possibly get. I mean, the commentators literally gave no fuck about Fandango. All three of them said, well, this is going to end in about like 30 seconds, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, they were taking bets on how long they thought it was going to be. They were like a minute and 30, minute and 37,
Right.
just over 2 minutes. I got just over 2 minutes.
And it's like, Fandango isn't Colin Delaney. His character isn't that he's so fucking bad that of course he's going to lose. It's not even like Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury at the beginning of the show, where it was like, oh, you guys are together, you're about one guy. Well, they're the small heels in a faction where they have to be the butt of the joke and stuff. Fandango isn't. Like, that guy is a good-looking guy. He looks like he could beat somebody's ass, even though he's got that kind of a weird gimmick. He's talented as hell in the ring. He's over with the crowd. What the fuck you burying him for? Like, if you wanted to have Eric Rowan beat the shit out of somebody where it was a guarantee he's going to beat him in less than 2 minutes, why not throw somebody like Hornswoggle out there? Or, something where it would make a lot more sense to just be like, all right, well, this is clearly just going to be a squash. Poor Fandango, man.
And, well, I mean, there's something to be said that Eric Rowan is like twice Fandango's size.
Still, Eric Rowan wasn't doing shit. Like, he's not on a, hot streak like Rusev was, or Ryback was, or hell, even somebody like Akali, where it's like he so dwarfs everybody that, yeah, of course he's going to beat him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's leeway. And, a month ago, if you would have had Fandango against Eric Rowan and, there wasn't any kind of a hint that the Wyatt family was going to get together, everybody would be going like, all right, well, Fandango's win this, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as Tony, where I didn't agree with the way they did this. There's no reason to kind of bury him on commentary like that. You can go, well, this is a tall task, but Fandango's overcome the odds before, like when he beat Chris Jericho at WrestleMania. Let's see if he can do that tonight. That sounds a lot better than just going, yeah, lol, he's going to lose.
At least one commentator, specifically either Booker or Cole, should have been like, well, guys, I don't know if you should count out Fandango just yet. I mean, Eric Rowan is a tough guy, but Fandango's tough too. There you go. You sell it. You still could have had a squash, but, then it's your job to be like, well, Fandango, talented guy, but he just doesn't have enough for this hot streak that, this mean streak that Eric Rowan's going to be on. It seems like he's got a renewed passion to go fucking crazy, and maybe he's pissed off that he can't completely replicate Sheamus's beard yet or something, but, he brings something to the table other than just like, yeah, look at this, Fandango's going to get his ass whooped. Told ya. This isn't Baron Corbin.
Yeah, it doesn't make the victory look any stronger. Fandango looks like a total joke now, so now you can't do anything with him. I guess you could try to rehab him. You've rehabbed him before, but how many people do you think are still going to be doing the Fandango dance next week now?
That was awkward, too. Him coming out and just doing that. Not actually, doing any kind of dancing himself.
Mm-hmm. Just doing the arm thing.
You remember this? You guys going to do it? All right. Be right back. I'm going to go lose.
I'd love if he was mic'd up and that's what he said.
Yeah, like when they talk to John Cena before he goes into the ring. And I goes just like, look at this, guys. Got 35 seconds. See you back.
All right. We're going to open up the phone lines and start bringing on callers here. It's about 11:30. If you want to get yourself in line, dial that phone number. Area code 760-512-7247. Hit that on your cell phone or your landline, whichever your preferred phone method is. Get yourself in line. There's also a Skype method. You could press that button at the top of the broadcast page. And, of course, in the meantime, we also got the chat room where, hey, Bubba from the Backwoods Show is here. Welcome, Bubba. I do not like two guys in their underwear rubbing all over themselves winning a belt. I have a chick in my bed, and I took my belt off.
Okay. And pants and underwear.
All right, well... Bail.
What's up, Bubba?
Where's the bail bonds guy? That's who I want to see. Herbert's bail bonds. Maybe this is him. Let's go ahead and bring him on. We got a caller from 818. Caller from 818. You are live on the Raw Post Show on Mega Powers Radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Jonathan. I'm calling from LA.
John from LA. What's shaking, John? What'd you think about Raw tonight?
You know what? I found it a little bit interesting. Now, I'm going to agree with Tony on the Fandango situation, on him being talented. But I'm going to say this. At least he's getting TV time right now.
Well, it's true. I mean, it was like
before,
6 months we didn't see him.
Right. I mean, when he was with Rosa Mendez, you saw him on what, main event, maybe, if we got lucky. But I do think that they could do something better with him besides getting squashed, especially by someone like Eric Rowan, who's pretty talentless, at least in my eyes. I don't know what you guys think about that.
I don't think Eric Rowan's that bad. I think as a guy by himself, he doesn't have much to offer, but since they're putting him back together with Luke Harper, I do like that as a tag team, so you got to build him strong for that. I'm fine with him getting a victory. I just don't like that it was so much at the expense of Fandango. I think Fandango deserves better. As Tony said, they could have did that with so many other people. Zack Ryder would love to have been on Raw tonight. Do it to Zack Ryder.
Well, no, yeah, that's Zack Ryder's role, is to get squashed. I mean, he's been like that for, 5 years now? He's been squashed?
Yeah, it
by
sounds
everyone,
right.
including women. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or was that Heath Slater?
No, that was him. He pretty much got completely abused by Eve Torres.
Slater's done that too, though.
No, can I mention on the Ambrose situation?
Absolutely.
On the main event for, with Dean Ambrose, he might have been the last man standing, but I can almost guarantee he will be pinned. He will be the one that's going to take the fall at Payback. Knowing WWE, that's the way of doing things. I mean, at least that's what I've seen in over God knows how long.
It definitely seems like
or
Wago said that before as well, and I can't see it too much of any other way. Obviously, they're going to try to keep Roman Reigns looking strong. Seth Rollins, I would assume, has to win this. I don't see him losing the title here. Randy Orton, they're probably not going to want him to lose either. So bring up Dean Ambrose. He's a guy people like, so they'll be happy to see him in the match, but he's still a mid-card guy, so people won't be completely shocked by him getting pinned in this situation. It's a shame. I like Ambrose. I actually have him on my fantasy league team, so I would love for him to just out of nowhere pull a world title victory out of this. But that's like a 1 in 5 million chance. I don't actually anticipate that. I'm pretty much on board with you. Tony, you're the only one we haven't really heard on that. What do you think of Ambrose being in this match?
I'm 100% positive on him. I think that he is not going to come out with the title, but I think that this is going to do a lot of good for him. Maybe this will be the kind of thing where he has to lose this world title match to win the Intercontinental title.
Huh.
Now with them building up the Wyatt, or teasing a Wyatt reunion, do you think they might do that with the Shield? And all of them getting into with Triple H and the Authority?
Ooh, man, I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
Nope.
No,
not thinking Shield's coming back. Not until maybe 2016 at the very earliest.
The Shield won't come back until they've at least had their big triple threat match, and I think they're saving that for a WrestleMania, or at least if they're fucking smart, they should save it for a WrestleMania. Way too early to bring them back together. Seth's establishing himself as the top heel of the company, and he deserves that opportunity, and he's done very well so far. And the other two are still fine. Roman Reigns has got a lot of future as a big babyface, so they don't need to turn him any early. I could see Dean teaming up with Seth again in the future, but not for a while.
I feel like they still have a lot of unfinished business they gotta take care of.
Mm-hmm. It's the wound's too fresh of them, breaking up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Go ahead, bud.
Now, here's a question. Why do you guys think they broke up the Wyatt family? I mean, there was really no build-up to a breakup at all.
Because they like breaking up teams. Simple as.
They think there's more value in someone as a single star. So if they could see how far someone will go as a single star, they're gonna try it. They've done it time and again. Where, I mean, God, they've broken up freaking New Age Outlaws. They even broke them up. Like one of the most popular tag teams ever. They broke them up to try to make Billy Gunn a star. More recently, some tag teams that people were like.
Failure.
The Hardy Boys, they broke them up to try to make a star. I guess Jeff Hardy kind of worked out, but never was quite the same as when they were a tag team.
Matt didn't.
Yeah, I mean, ever since the 80s where they broke apart those tag teams, and you pretty much found a big star almost out of every single one. Where you got your Shawn Michaels, you got your Davey Boy Smith, you got your Bret Hart. They think that's going to happen out of every tag team, and they don't realize sometimes you just got to leave a tag team together so that they can be like a Road Warriors or a Dudley Boys
Or a Crime Time.
or Crime Time. Yeah.
I think that's a primetime player's role right there. It's crime time in a way.
Crime Time players.
I mean, they're two jokers.
And they're two guys who will go.
Hardly seen TV.
They will go nowhere as singles guys. They need to be together as a team.
I think that was a big waste of time splitting them up. But that's my opinion.
I can't think of a single reason I would disagree with you. John, we got a lot of other callers here, but it's been a fantastic call. Before you go, just let me know, what was your high point and low point for tonight's edition of Raw?
The low point was definitely the Divas match. Not a waste of time. Brie Bella or the Bellas kind of need to step down, being the face of the company, I believe. The high point, God, I like Neville again. Neville, I think he's going to be a big time player in the future.
All right. Well, Neville definitely having a good appearance on the John Cena Open Challenge tonight. Really cool to see him out there. I think a fantastic call to that. In fact, that's what we're going to be moving on to. John, fantastic call. We appreciate you calling in tonight.
All right. Thank you. You guys have a good night.
You too, man.
John.
So that transitions us nicely because the next thing I did want to get into was the John Cena United States Title Open Challenge. John Cena first came out and had a really cool speech that he gave out where he was talking about what the United States title represented. Talked about how the world title was marred in all this controversy and the red tape that the authority was trying to put in front of anyone who tried to challenge for it, that the United States title has sort of become like the symbol of the working man and sportsmanship and being constantly defended and all that. And it's true. That's what John Cena really has made it become. And he said it was because of the fans. Yeah, the fans didn't do shit. Please try to give us any credit.
You don't know what I did.
John Cena then opens up the United States Challenge, answered by Neville, who comes out and again just has a kick-ass performance doing all these crazy moves. I'm pretty sure we saw him do the Phoenix Splash from the second rope, just basically being like, hey Seth, remember that movie you did in January? Yeah, well, fuck you, I'm gonna make it better. Neville getting all the way to the point where he hits the red arrow onto John Cena, but interrupted by Rusev, who has to fucking ruin everything, coming in, kicking Neville in the head, giving him the disqualification, ending what was a really fantastic match, and I wish ended better, but I guess that's that heel heat, yo. So there you go. What you guys think about this tonight?
I was really a fan of John Cena's promo tonight, and I'm glad that he chose to deliver it during the most opportune time, because there's so many there's so many crowds that would have like totally shit all over that if he tried to cut that promo. So thankfully he chose the right city for it. As far as Neville coming out tonight and his opportunity, he went with it and looked fantastic. I think he's a guy that can take these losses and bounce back from them, just because he's so fun to watch in the ring regardless if he wins or loses.
Well, he didn't lose. He was kicked in the head by someone else and won. He won, actually. He won. He actually won the match. He just didn't win the title.
Yeah, I know. It's the same diff, though.
Okay. Well, it's not what Lex Luger thought. He thought that count-out victory was awfully big.
Yeah, well, fuck that guy.
I did like that promo, though. I thought that it's an instance where predictable sometimes is good. I could tell that he was leading up towards it's a championship that means opportunity, and I was just like, if he doesn't say that, they missed the ball here, because that is exactly what he should be saying. Land of opportunity, United States title, it writes itself. And it was a good promo. John Cena is making the United States Championship look important, which is exactly what we wanted him to do. And it's a lot more that's been happening with the Intercontinental title, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Good match between him and Neville, again proving that if John Cena's out with the right person, that they can have a really good match. Neville shit, Neville has been better on the main roster than he's been on NXT, even in my mind. And he was good in NXT, but damn, he's really killing it when it comes to the main roster matches. And that he's had matches with more than the same person too. It seems like he's only really facing Barrett, but he's having good matches with everybody.
No, he's not had a bad match yet since he came on the main roster.
So, Neville went from somebody that I wasn't paying all that much attention to and I thought could flounder pretty easily to somebody who, if they are going to go with something of like a tournament or maybe the Elimination Chamber or something like that for that IC title, he could win it.
Well, any other thoughts about this? No. All right. Well, any thoughts from you guys out there? We're going to be keeping the phone lines open. Get yourself onto the show. Area code 760-512-7247 is the number to dial to get yourself heard on the most interactive post-Raw experience available. The Raw Post Show here on MegaPowersRadio.com. Chat room still got people hanging out in there. Bubba from Backwoods is doing his thing. We got Ferris419, JT77, Chaotic, Mike Gubenblee, and Wazili. Where's that one to do? Go.
What the hell was that?
What? Mike Gubenblee? That's his name, Mike Gubenblee.
I like the pronunciation they had too. It was like Gubenblee.
Well, how the hell would you pronounce that?
I don't know. Mike. I would have avoided it. Good old Mike G.
Mikey G. Making copies.
I guess
Mikey G. Bumblebee.
I guess it could be Mike G. Bunbley. But I Gubenblee.
Mike, tell us how to pronounce that. Call in.
Let's have Wago pronounce it. That's a guy we like having pronounce words.
I'm sure there's an R in there somewhere.
Well, we saw our next person who was in the main event at Payback have their match. Roman Reigns going against Corporate Kane. I don't even remember what happened in this match. Reigns, like, did he put Kane through a table? There's something with a table.
It just turned into a brawl, and Roman Reigns came out on top, and Kane looked like a bitch.
So there's never actually a match. So like Kane attacked him when Roman Reigns was coming through the crowd.
Yeah.
Okay. Good job, Kane, I guess.
Yeah, because now we didn't have to see that awful match.
It's not fair. It could have been good.
No, it couldn't.
He had a good match with Big Show.
Yeah, he did.
So there. We had a Divas match next. So it was Brie Bella against Tamina Snuka. I'm still not sold on Naomi's new package. Her music is terrible. That little flailing thing he does with her arms is stupid. Random turn from the Bellas continues, but they're doing their thing. Tamina got a pinfall victory over Brie Bella, looking like the dominant. I almost called her a beast. That's probably not a nice thing to call her. All right, if you call a dude a beast, why can't you call a woman a beast? Yeah, she looked like a beast.
Yeah, certain women that have been in WWE have definitely been beasts.
Especially Shauna.
Karma, Jackie.
Yeah. Then there was Shaniqua.
Who?
Basham Brothers' original valet. She was some big, bulky, blacked up woman.
Blacked up?
Bulked up.
Oh.
But that's actually a correct statement too, I guess.
Bertha Faye, don't forget about her.
Indeed. What's her name? Nicole Bass. Ugh.
Oh, you mean the one that was fucking made out with Val Venus?
Did she?
Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah, I think so. Like after the match, she just forced her tongue down his throat.
Like pinned it down. Like,
it's a big tongue.
Take my tongue.
Anybody think that what's her name? Naomi's new theme song sounds more like it should be like that insert commercial kind of songs that they use for WWE than an entrance theme. Like if you hear that, like I'm amazing kind of thing, like I just keep picturing some kind of like a static logo for a pay-per-view coming up and then getting ready to talk about like, thank you to whatever this band is for lending us your song for this thing, more so than actually like her coming out to do something, I'm glad she got new theme music instead of using the Somebody Call My Mama, but I don't know, that music just sounds a little cheap to me. Glad that she's still with Tamina though. I like that.
Actually, I have a little bit of a gripe with that.
Oh.
What is their connection? Because they keep saying like she's family. Some newsflash: the Snookas and the Anoa's are not related at all. They're just both Samoan. They're about as related as me and Tony are because we're both Italian.
Yo,
Yeah.
paisan. Well, Tamina came in with the Usos.
Uh-huh.
It was that trio. They had that in the Hart Foundation.
Yeah, they ditched her pretty quick.
Well, yeah. Yeah, everybody ditches Tamina though. She's been with like how many people? She was with Santino for a little bit. She was with AJ for a little bit. Fucking at least like 3 or 4 other people. But Tamina gets around. Now that I'm thinking about that.
Yeah, wow.
Maybe she is family. Maybe she just has like familial connections with all the people that she's been with.
I'm just looking at Tamina Snuka's Wikipedia page. When the hell did she fucking manage JTG?
She did?
Apparently. Unless someone just fucking typed that shit in.
Or did JTG manage her? Because there was that weird period where JTG thought he was a manager.
Wrestlers managed. No, the only managers she's got listed on here are Rosa Mendez and Alicia Fox.
That happened?
Yeah, man, I don't remember either of those.
Apparently she used to Apparently she managed Santino Marella and Vladimir Kozlov once.
Yeah, that was when they were doing the whole thing with like Santino. One of the many times that it was like, let's pair Santino with a diva, and that'll be like the whole romance thing. Same thing with Beth Phoenix. Same thing with Maria.
I liked him and Beth though.
Mm-hmm.
Those two worked.
What were they called? Glamourella?
Yeah, that was fucking sweet.
We had a face down between Curtis Axel and Macho Mandow. Man, they're gonna drive this joke right into the ground, huh? They're gonna get every ounce of what they think they can get out of this.
Hey, all right, Sandow, you're gonna cut a really serious promo and get the fans on your side and get away from all this stupid shit that we've put you through. Lol, nope.
Oh man. Well, these guys are out there like getting each other's face, making jokes about nostalgia, and they're interrupted by, which is kind of funny. You got like the fake Hulk Hogan, you got the fake Macho Man, and then the fake Legion of Doom come out. I'm surprised they didn't like make more of a joke of that about that, but no, Ascension actually like getting a little bit more serious of an edge, if anything, which is weird. They put him into this comedy storyline. They're not wearing those stupid shoulder pads anymore. JBL and Booker T actually put them over on commentary. Fucking imagine that, the commentators putting the fucking team over.
Yeah, they should have been doing that during the Fandango segment.
Or the first time they debuted the Ascension.
Yeah,
I think they like beg the wrestlers draw straws, and whoever gets the short one, they just bury on commentary that night.
Yeah, then when Triple H gets it one night, they're just like, no more straws. I like this segment, though. I thought that this was funny. Axelmania has been great, and Macho Mandow's dumb, and definitely not his best impersonation.
It's an awful impression. Awful impression. Why couldn't they get Jay Lethal in if they were going to do this?
Or why couldn't they have just not done it?
Yeah, that's even better.
I'm hoping that they bring in Sergeant Slaughter and he can do a little promo beforehand and be like, "Attention, maggots! Welcome to the new Mega Powers."
Oh my god! What if this like Mega Powers thing? What if this Mega Powers thing does catch on, and then WWE finally like realizes our name and tries to sue us?
Oh, they'll just try to take your YouTube channel down. That's what they did when I owned WWEnetwork.com.
Oh, great!
Yeah, they never did anything after I relinquished that. So. But, this is funny. It's a little stupid, silly segment kind of a thing. And, as odd as it is, I'm looking forward to this match more than almost any other match at Payback. Like, the Fatal 4-Way and this and the tag team match are the only matches that I give a shit about watching.
Wait, what's the match?
The match that we're going to get between Axelmania and Macho Mandow versus Ascension.
Okay, so it's a tag. I didn't know what the match was exactly, so it's a tag match.
That's on the pre-show.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
actually interested in the match, not so much the storyline, but the match itself, because I like seeing some of the lower card guys work and actually get a chance to show us what they can do. So we don't really see much from Curtis Axel.
Yeah, or the Ascension. They're still very fresh for the main roster, and they've left kind of a bad taste in people's mouth with that first run. So who knows? Maybe they can rebound with this. Curtis Axel's a good hand. I mean, let's not forget when The Rock was training for his matches at WrestleMania, they put him in there with Curtis Axel to get him back into ring shape.
He
On,
never actually.
on second thought, fuck Curtis Axel. He didn't do a very good job.
Here's the thing, though. When he had his Intercontinental title run, it was boring from a storyline perspective. He didn't have bad matches. So, I'm all for him getting a chance. I hope they do something with him. He's actually a really talented guy.
Well, this one was a painful segment to watch. Daniel Bryan comes out to address the crowd, and you can just almost tell the way he walked out, he was carrying a heavy feeling. He cuts a excellent, heartfelt speech. Talks to the crowd about how much it means to him that they've been making such a big deal out of him for all this time. It really feels like it has been forever. He's talking about how it's been years that they've just putting him up on a pedestal, and it's really true. It's been quite some time, and like how much of it has been spent with Daniel Bryan out on injury. It's ridiculous the staying power this guy has.
And there was always a buzz about him, even before he came to the WWE. Fans have always had some type of connection with Daniel Bryan, and the result of this really sucks. But I hope he doesn't come back too early again, and then this happens again, and he'll be back same time next year.
Yeah, then he'll get another injury. Good. He needed to relinquish the title.
He did the right thing.
Yeah, but he dragged it out too, and you know what? I didn't like this segment.
Really? I like how he put over that we deserve a fighting champion, very much like we're seeing with John Cena, and even put over some of the guys like Barrett and Ziggler and Dean Ambrose, especially. He got a big raucous reaction from the crowd, so I thought that was cool.
I like that, but I didn't like how he had to do pretty much the exact same speech that he did the last time. And it's
that it did seem a bit of deja vu.
Mm-hmm. Thank you guys for supporting me. I'm gonna laugh a little bit and look around while you cheer, but I'm still sad because I gotta sit at home, and I'll come back. They don't know when I'm gonna come back, but I will. And love you guys. See you later. That's
but now I've got plenty of time to practice my new recipes and feed Brie.
I don't know. I gotta figure out all my pranks, guys. Like, I'm gonna go to this hotel soon. Might take the soap.
That version of Daniel Bryan's so much more entertaining.
That mischievous bastard. Very glad he relinquished the title, though. That was necessary, and it should have happened earlier than this. I think, a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I would have preferred that they had made that Barrett versus Neville match for the Intercontinental title.
I'm hoping that the Chamber's for it.
Ooh, that'd actually be really cool.
We got a tweet from Dane Quinn saying this is exactly why WWE doesn't believe in Daniel Bryan. #injury prone.
I don't think it was fair to call him injury prone for the duration of his career. It is just this last chapter. He's been a guy that's wrestled a harsh style and kept that up for many, many years. Now he's paying the price, and if WWE doesn't want to put him out there in a very good spot, you can't really blame them. I mean, I'd be okay with just seeing him on a light schedule, like a Chris Jericho or something, if that just means we get to keep him around longer.
Yeah, but you can't deny that WWE is in the right to not trust putting a title on him now.
Yeah, I totally agree with their decision. I think he's best for just specialty matches against big opponents, and you can have those big matches without title implications, so that's probably what he's best for.
You know what I never understood?
What?
WWE likes to make a point that nobody is actually the selling point, that it's WWE. That they can get away with pay-per-views sell just because they're a WWE pay-per-view, and if we didn't have this person on it, then that's okay. And then of course they backtrack, and it's well, we need to have John Cena on here because he's the selling point, and they're hypocritical when it comes to that and stuff. But when it comes to somebody like a Daniel Bryan, clearly he is very, very popular. There's no argument there whatsoever. And being popular is going to draw people to want to see you. But at the same time, if you can't have him wrestle, then, there's no point in putting all that time and energy into it. And if you can have him wrestle a little bit, it's better than not at all. Like Wago is saying, if you have him wrestle a lighter schedule, I can't see any kind of a down point to that, because the only thing that you would be really cutting out would be maybe he doesn't wrestle every single Raw and SmackDown, and he doesn't wrestle the live events. Well, the live events aren't really the thing that's like, millions of people are checking out. People are going to go see a live event because it's in their town more than anything else. So you can have a live event where Daniel Bryan's not on there and Dean Ambrose isn't on there and stuff. Nobody gives a shit what the hell is announced for it anyway. They're going because it's a live event of WWE and they just want to go to a show. You could have one important guy on the whole card and the rest are NXT guys and mid-carders and stuff. And hell, that gets them more of an opportunity to wrestle and be in front of a crowd and practice their skills and all that other kind of stuff. It lets the other more important pay-per-view selling guys rest up a little bit. What's the downside?
They're putting Daniel Bryan down.
Putting him down like what? Like Old Yeller?
Sure. No, they're holding him back.
I think that lets him, rest up and he can.
I'm just saying what the fans are saying. That's not what I think.
Yeah. I don't know. To me, that would be like an easy fix for a lot of the problems here. And it seems like WWE doesn't really like doing that.
Creep is under radar in the chat room saying Bryan screwed himself. He should have changed his style when he came back. And very good point. I mean, the guy comes back from injury and right away he's doing the same Smash Mouth style, doing the crazy topes and all the things he's doing. Not smart.
I don't even know if it's so much his style that got him hurt as much as it is. Apparently he's tried some alternative medicine and that's what helped him. Fuck alternative medicine.
No, you don't need surgery. Just hold this crystal up to the sky and pray to the sun, and that'll work. Do a rain dance. Idiots.
You said that with such venom. Idiots.
Oh, he said venom.
Did someone say venom? We had New Day coming out for their New Day segment. They went for the cheap heat and made fun of Cincinnati for the whole Pete Rose thing. Okay, yeah, we haven't had that joke going on for 20 years. Big E fights Cesaro in a matchup. It was an okay matchup, I guess. Cesaro actually managing to get the victory, though, with this crazy cradle pin thing. I don't even know what the fuck it was, but it was fucking awesome. And it was effective. Cesaro getting the 1, 2, 3. Making them look strong, and I assume that they're having a tag team rematch at Payback.
Yep, 2 out of 3 falls.
Well, there you go.
Such a shame, though, that Cesaro just can't connect with us. It's probably because he's Swiss.
Yeah, I like Provolone better.
Oh, Jesus.
Damn it, though. Like, Big E, you're supposed to win me points. Come on, man. New Day rocks. Stop sucking.
So do you think they take the belts back?
No.
I actually do.
Really?
I'm starting to think it too. I don't think there's too much stock put in the New Day.
That's what I always thought. New Days were just like a transitional champion back to the people, like just so that Cesaro and Kid can be 2-time champions.
I'm thinking New Day gets that second out of the 3 pinfalls because they cheat.
Either way, I think the end result is them getting back to whether it happens this month or next month or whenever at Elimination Chamber.
All I gotta say is if that's gonna happen, wait till I get them off my team.
Speaking of Elimination Chamber, that was announced tonight. We're getting a second pay-per-view for the month of May, which is free for new subscribers to the WWE Network. So you get 2 pay-per-views for free. You're going to get WWE Paperback, and you're going to get Elimination Chamber. So Elimination Chambers on May 31st. 2 pay-per-views this month, guys.
Yeah, this product isn't oversaturated, is it? I'm glad they're doing more network exclusives and specials. I think it adds more value to the network and more reason that you should get it. And honestly, if you're a big WWE fan, there's no reason that you shouldn't have the network.
Tony.
Yeah, Tony.
Hey, I gotta, focus my time and effort on getting discounts to people with 10 people in their house and stuff.
So I'm excited for it. I'm wondering if they're going to treat it like a big time pay-per-view, if it's going to be much like the King of the Ring, where it was the lower tier guys. And I'd be okay with that. An Intercontinental title match for an Elimination Chamber being the center of the show, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, if it was kind of like a Saturday Night Main Event level type show, that'd be perfect.
Yeah,
I'm
perfectly
really
fine with
hoping that it's for the IC title. A couple of reasons why, though, and one of them, the most primary reason that I would say is we know that the world title wouldn't change hands. So why waste our time? Do it for the vacant title. Make it so it really, really means something,
No, they should wait until Money in the Bank and then just have a ladder match for the Intercontinental title. Because that worked out very well.
Just watch, every time they do a multi-man match, the title's going to get vacated afterwards.
Maybe they'll have a chairs match.
Ugh.
Well, in that case, that means we're going to see the WWE title get vacated very soon.
I'm okay with that.
And then Vacant's going to be the man. He's going to have a WWE World title, an Intercontinental title, a UFC Light Heavyweight title, TNA Tag titles. He's going to be the man.
He was just announced for Global Force Wrestling.
Yeah, watch
They got
out,
a lot of vacant
Rio.
spots on their roster.
I'm pretty sure he's actually every Global Force Wrestling champion right now. He's walking around with all the belts.
Damn, that guy's like fucking Ultimo Dragon.
We had Bray Wyatt. Oh no, actually, before we had Bray Wyatt, we had a backstage segment with the primetime players. These are becoming a regular thing, and they're regularly getting worse and worse every week. They're fucking terrible. This week they were pretending to be the New Age Outlaws, which is why they were on my mind. They were Road Dogg and Billy Gunn, and they couldn't say ass was the joke, I guess. It was stupid.
Yeah, oh, we can't say ass. And then fucking Roman Reigns will be like, ass, bitch, in every one of his fucking promos. So I don't understand why the fuck they can't say it.
Anything to add, Tony?
I'm trying to think of why they're doing this.
What is it leading to? Like, are
Well, it's
they
not
going to be
entertaining.
are they going to be like big challengers for the tag titles or something? Where the fuck did freaking the Dragons go?
Yeah, where the fuck did they
Yeah.
go? Because they're ultra talented.
Los Matadores haven't been popping up really either.
Well,
Oh, so what we were saying is Los Matadores are not only Primo and Epico.
whoa. What if we had an elimination?
Also Callisto and Cigar.
Yeah.
What if we had an elimination chamber for tag teams?
I would so be down for
You
that.
just put like a tag team into a pod.
God, imagine the New Day
Tony's getting
all crammed in
excited.
one pod.
How awkward that must be for wrestlers. I would fart.
They're face to face. They're like practically kiss level, and they're like, "So, what's up, buddy?"
So we're the last team out, huh? Okay.
These time periods where we're waiting seem like forever, don't they? At least we're gonna become good friends.
But yeah, Tony's excited. And every time you get like a multi-tag team match, Tony like loses his shit over it. I don't know why. Tag teams gauntlet, yeah.
Oh gosh. All right. So now we had Bray Wyatt coming out to cut a promo about why he's attacking Ryback, and he said, "Why? Because he's in my way." What that means, I don't know. Still fucking cryptic.
Means Bray Wyatt's fat.
Overall, though, this was not quite as bad as a lot of Bray Wyatt promos. I got to give credit where credit's due. He wasn't doing the stupid breathing. He wasn't saying "man." He wasn't doing all his typical things. He actually just stayed concise, got to the point, and then Ryback came out, and that was that.
Yeah, I very much actually enjoyed this promo. His whole explanation of fear and how everybody lives in it with the economy and so on and so forth. Bray was on point tonight, and Ryback looked like a beast too. This promo and segment did exactly what it needed to do, build towards the pay-per-view.
Throwaway mid-card match that I don't really care about.
What about if Ryback wins?
Then cool. Still don't care about it. And I think that it kind of sucks that they still haven't announced a match for them.
Well, it's because they're still trying to figure out the stipulation.
Yeah, because we all know stipulations matter, like the Kiss Me Arse one.
Well, all right. We had our main event next. It was the last two competitors of that Fatal 4-Way match, Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins. Match doesn't really... How the hell did this end again? This ended via DQ too, didn't it? Fucking J&J came out in the end. We had another goddamn DQ ending. A lot of these on this show. Causing the DQ. Eventually, Kane comes down, just kind of like stands ringside while they keep beating up Randy Orton. Then Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns come out for the save, kind of. And then they beat up Randy Orton. And then Dean Ambrose beats up Roman Reigns. And Dean Ambrose stands tall at the end, which means there's absolutely 0% chance that he's going to win on Sunday. So there you go. That's Raw.
Woo, Raw has made me so excited for the upcoming pay-per-view.
Woo! Yeah. Main event. Look at that. Disappointing again. Surprised?
I'm glad they're at least making Dean Ambrose look strong. Maybe it'll take some of the pain away when he eventually loses in the match and takes a losing fall.
I'm not 100% convinced he's going to take that fall. It's very likely, but who's to say Randy Orton can't take the fall? I think he's a perfectly good candidate as well.
Might be a candidate. Ain't gonna happen.
I think there's a pretty good chance that Orton could. I think it all depends on what their plan is for this Elimination Chamber.
So, I'm convinced that it's not gonna happen, but there seems to be so much buzz on the internet about the Shield just turning on Orton in this. It's just, how unlikely is it?
Not happening.
No, I can't see them doing it at all.
Especially because it's like, who the hell would be the baby faces to challenge for the title then? Cena's already got the U.S. title. We got to have somebody win the Intercontinental title and some people challenging for that. So there's your Dolph Ziggler, your Neville, your, mid-card kind of people like that. Like, who are the main event baby faces if the two main babyface guys in the main event leave?
Randy Orton and Kane.
Ugh, pass on that.
Yeah, also, the other big issue with that is you've still got two guys that were in the title picture all on the same team. That they just decide, nah, it's okay, Seth can be champion.
Yeah, because they know Seth Rollins is the present. And then later on, they get tired of serving him and decide, no, I want that title for myself, and that's when they can break away and have their big babyface turn. Makes sense.
Pass.
Yeah.
I think with Money in the Bank, you've got a position where you can have a lot of baby faces fight each other still, and a really good chance for you to do Kane versus Seth Rollins and just sort of get that out of the way, throwaway match on a card where the Money in the Bank's going to sell it anyway. So this is a situation where we're going to just have Roman Reigns spear somebody and then Rollins takes the title.
Yeah, if I was going to book the Shield, I wouldn't have him split up here. I'd honestly just let him all the frustration build at WrestleMania. I'm perfectly fine with Seth keeping the title for a full 12 months.
Oof. Man.
I wouldn't go that far.
No, I can't see him holding that title past SummerSlam.
I don't see it happening, but I'd be in favor of it. I like long title reigns.
When is Night of Champions?
September? August?
Oh, I know. It's on the night with the champions on it.
SummerSlam is usually August.
So it's probably September.
And then not Elimination Chamber, Hell in a Cell's October. Yeah, that would make sense. And then Survivor Series or whatever. I'm thinking maybe Night of Champions.
To who?
That's tough. Because I don't think that it'll be whoever he fights at SummerSlam.
Does he fight Lesnar at SummerSlam? Because that's who I'm thinking.
That's what I would think.
You have to do that match at SummerSlam because they've made that a marquee match. That little segment where fucking Seth landed on his feet and got the hell out of there, it was fucking sweet. I want to see that match more than anything else in the WWE right now.
Those guys tussling around at Rumble was fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It was the best 2 of the match. No offense to Cena, he was no slouch either, but just the way he was throwing Seth around, it was crazy.
There's a good possibility that those 2 in a singles match will definitely outshine that triple threat match they had.
If I would have it my way, I would say either Roman Reigns or Dean Ambrose wins Money in the Bank and cashes in after SummerSlam. And between the 2 of them, I'd rather see Dean Ambrose, but Roman Reigns is the more likely option.
I think it would be fitting for Roman Reigns to win it that way, just because of how Seth fucked him. It'd be great if they did it it'd be great if they somehow did it in the same way where they have it during the match.
At SummerSlam, he's fighting Lesnar, then
Oh, that would be fucking crazy.
I would be so down for that. That would be great.
Yeah, but that's how you keep Brock in the title picture too, without him looking weak. He'd be like, "Motherfucker, again!"
He comes on the next night on Raw, and he's just like, "Will you fucking kidding me? God damn it! Let me turn babyface again."
Imagine Paul Heyman freaking out over that, this stupid Money in the Bank gimmick. This thing's gotta go. Getting all red.
I'm actually a big, in real favor of this happening. I think it could be a fun storyline.
Okay, WWE.
I wish I could say the chat thought we were as cool, but they're in there talking about chimpanzees and sex bots and stuff.
Well, obviously,
yeah, it's important.
If it's not going to be this plan that we've got, clearly it's got to be something with chimpanzees.
Oh, goodness gracious. All right, well, with that, we've reached the end of Raw, so we only have one thing left to do before we send y'all off this evening. We got to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Yes, the good, the bad, and the ugly, where we talk about what our favorite segment of the show was, our least favorite, and what we thought was the dumbest and biggest waste of time. So, if you have a good, bad, and ugly you want to submit to be heard here, go ahead and put it into the chat room, and I'll read it off as we get through the end here. In the meantime, we'll ask the hosts what their good, bad, and ugly was. Wago, your GBU.
My good definitely goes to John Cena's open challenge. I love that shit, and I hope he keeps doing it. As far as my bad goes, it has to be the commentators and how they treated Fandango tonight. There just was no excuse for that, really. And the ugly, I'm giving it to the primetime players. That shit's embarrassing, and if someone walked in, I'd be embarrassed to have it on my television.
Tony?
I have 2 goods. One is the Neville and Cena match. Very good match of the night, of course. Another good one, a little side note here, spotted an OTW guy on the Tough Enough promo segment, Mike Orlando.
Was he the one who said more weights equals more dates?
No.
Okay, because that guy was cool.
He was the one that said it might sound corny, but he was made or born or whatever to become a WWE superstar. Mike Orlando's a talented guy, goes by the name The Elite Athlete, so go ahead and check out OTW, Old Time Wrestling. Another one of them has signed up for that too, number 1 Brian Johnson, so 2 talented guys, hopefully they make it on the show. The bad, though, is going to go to burying the fuck out of Fandango, specifically the commentators not giving him a chance, because that just was like the cherry on top. If you're going to have him job out, try to cover it up a little bit, and don't just, shit all over the guy. The ugly is going to be the opposite of the Elimination Chamber thing. I mentioned this at the beginning of the show. If WWE wants to do something fun, they can throw something random like the Elimination Chamber out there, and it's like, wow, you're really making use out of the network. But they rush at the last minute to announce all but 2 matches on the Payback card days before the pay-per-view, and it's nothing but rematches anyway. Why the hell did it take you so long to plan this out? It doesn't require any effort at all. It's a carbon copy of the Extreme Rules one without the gimmicks attached. So couldn't you have just flat out announced that the week after Extreme Rules, or the week after that, or the week after that? You gotta wait until you're literally just going to go, oh, well, we've got, let me check my watch real quick before Payback comes out. And I guess we're just going to do the same thing again. But it's okay. We'll make up for it because we'll give you something cool at the end of May.
So does Paperback come before or after Payback?
Well, they usually put the hardcover out first, so I imagine the Paperback comes after.
Oh, okay.
More confusing is which one comes first, Payback or Ryback?
Well, it depends. Did the Ryback rules happen yet?
I don't know.
That was actually good. Well done.
Well, my good, I actually have to say my two favorite moments of the show tonight were actually promos, as much as I usually shit on the promos. John Cena's promo before his U.S. Open challenge was fantastic. I'm not typically a guy for American patriotism, but he really nailed it with that one he was given there. And Daniel Bryan's speech where he gave up the title, it was very, very, very resounding with the fans. He did what was right, and he did it the right way. So I was happy to see that happen. The bad, I have to also give to the Fandango situation. It's just, I like the guy so much, and I want him to do something, and I don't expect him to be a world champion, but you don't got to make him a joke. Like, I get it's kind of a silly gimmick, but he's still an athlete. He still does some impressive things. He still has incredible balance. He's fast. He has a sick fucking leg drop from the top rope. He should have been an Intercontinental Champion. He debuted and won his first match at WrestleMania. Give the guy some legitimacy. There's no reason to just to put him out there and just laugh at him like he's fucking Iron Mike Sharp. Yeah, there's an old name for you. And ugly, I'm also going to go on to the primetime players. Fucking stupid. I don't think I actually saw any good, bad, and uglies come in the chat. They're still fucking running down things with Bubba the Backwoods. So, I guess we're just going to close things out here with some plugs, guys. So, Wago, what do you got to tell the world about?
All right, you can follow me at Steve Wago on the Twitter, and for more information on projects that I'm doing, like Addicted to Anime and Wago Rants, just go to stephenwago.com.
Tony?
SmarkoutMoment.com for all the wrestling side of things. Midway through this episode, posted Elimination Chamber predictions and stuff, and I'll be updating that, of course, over the next couple of weeks, and updating everything that comes with Payback, doing live coverage of that on Sunday. It's a Sunday, right? Yeah, it is. This week on Smack Talk, we'll be giving our predictions for that as well, so pay attention to Smack Talk on iTunes, Stitcher, and youtube.com/SmarkoutMoment. If you're interested in the geek culture side of things, fanboysanonymous.com. You can check out our podcast on all three of those avenues. And if you happen to be at the Atlantic City Boardwalk Convention this weekend, we'll be trying to make an appearance there, so say hello to us. And lastly, if you are interested in hearing us bullshit about completely random things and talk to plants and whatever else, then you can listen to the All Talk Show on iTunes, Stitcher, and youtube.com/alltalkshow.
Wow, that's a lot of plugs.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed listening to this edition of the Raw Post Show, because we are here every single week, and you should join us right after Raw goes off the air. Tune your browsers into megapowersradio.com for the most interactive post-Raw experience available. You get to hear us cool guys chatting about what down in the show, but we also invite all of you out there to get involved many different ways. So make sure you're here live, because that's the best way to experience the show. But if you cannot get here after Raw, maybe you just gotta sleep, or it's just not a good time for you, we like to make the show easy for you to find in archive means as well. We are on iTunes, we're on Stitcher Radio, we're on YouTube, sparkoutmoment.com, pretty much anywhere podcasts are found, you can find the Raw Post Show. All throughout the week, if you want to continue the interactivity, we are always up for, having whatever kind of wrestling conversation bullshittery that you want to throw down. Join us in our official Facebook group, The Mega Maniacs. Just search Facebook for The Mega Maniacs. I can't imagine there's too many other groups out there with that name. You should find it pretty easy. You'll see all of us in there. We got polls, we got random pictures we post. Just like I said, just whatever the heck we feel like going on all throughout the week. That's the place to be. So until next week here for the Raw Post Show on Mega Powers Radio, got Tony Mango, we got Stephen Wago, and for all the chaps who couldn't be here this week, my name's Mike Paden, and we'll see y'all on the flip.